This video is going to be about my love-hate relationship with the Call of Duty franchise. So, a little bit of history. I've been playing Call of Duty since 2005 when Call of Duty 2 came out on the Xbox 360. It was a launch title. So when I got the Xbox 360, I got Call of Duty 2 as well. And it was made by Infinity Ward, as most of you probably know. I was 21 years old at the time, which makes me feel really old. And the game was revolutionary. It was an online first-person shooting game, which was a first for consoles, really. And the fact that you could talk to people on a microphone as well. I mean, it's 2016 now. Talking to people online and playing an online shooter is just everyday life. The thing is about Call of Duty 2, it was a very, very simple online shooter. So there was very few maps. They were small, they were simple. The classes were, you picked a class and it was defaulted with guns, so you couldn't change them, and you just got on with it. It was set in World War II. It was great. My brother and I, we loved it and we were obsessed with the game, especially with sniping. That was just so good. And then Call of Duty 3 was announced, and we knew it was going to be Treyarch, a completely different company making the new Call of Duty game, and I was excited for it. I hadn't really seen anything Treyarch had done before, so when it came along, it was exciting. But then when we played the game, I realised it was completely different to Call of Duty 2, and it just couldn't get into it at all. And at that point, I decided that we didn't really like Treyarch as a developer. But then, a year later, 2007, we got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and the campaign had me absolutely hooked from the start. And it was the online multiplayer was huge. There'd been such a massive evolution from Call of Duty 2 and 3 to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. We were the community, although we were very sort of small and we didn't have a social media sort of platform to discuss things on. It was only forums, really. We played lots of World War II games, and now we wanted a modern one. So when Modern Warfare came out, we thought, well, the developer has really listened to the community here. It was huge. It was Infinity Ward's first game since Call of Duty 2, so they'd obviously put all their effort into that. They'd had 2 years to make it and everything. And it was the first time that we'd been able to customise classes and bought brand new up-to-date guns with red dot sights and kill streaks. And although you couldn't change the kill streaks or anything, it was still evolution. This had absolutely revolutionised the genre again. It was amazing. And then World at War came in 2008. But at that point, because of Call of Duty 3, I'd sort of grown a dislike to Treyarch, so I wasn't really excited for it. But every year we used to get the same one, or I used to get the same one. So we got it, and it was a bit tough going back to World War II, considering we just had modern combat. It was tough because the kill streaks were all old school. Obviously they couldn't have modern ones like they did in World at War. But anyway, I just couldn't get into it, and I went back to Call of Duty 4. But I mean, if World at War was your first Call of Duty, then it was a really good game to start the Call of Duty franchise. It's just because I'd got used to the Infinity Ward games, and I just didn't like the Treyarch games. So World at War for me wasn't that good. I mean, I played the campaign, I enjoyed the campaign. I got the Platinum Trophy actually on the PS3 for the campaign, because the campaign I really, really liked. But like I say, I'd got used to the modern combat and the modern warfare, so I just couldn't get into the multiplayer. But then, obviously, the year after that, 2009, came Infinity Ward's Modern Warfare 2. At this point, I just thought Infinity Ward couldn't do anything wrong. They'd listened to the community, they'd done everything that we'd asked. And I didn't realise it at the time, but this was Call of Duty at its peak. Modern Warfare 2, it was just incredible. The maps were perfect, the hit detection, everything was just absolutely perfect. Even at launch, the game was sold out. You just couldn't get it anywhere. And I was actually on holiday at the time and I hadn't pre-ordered it. And when I came back, I struggled to get it. And I really wanted it for the Xbox 360. And the only copy I could get was for the PS3. So I ended up getting it for that. We were obsessed, me and my brother. We would play the campaign. We played the campaign, the multiplayer, and the special ops, where you would work as a team together to take out like swarms of enemies. It was just absolutely incredible, edge of your seat stuff. It was amazing, and the campaign as well was a follow-on from Modern Warfare, and it was just as interesting as the special ops and the multiplayer. It was just an all-round game, absolutely amazing. And then in 2010. Treyarch had obviously listened to the community and thought, oh yeah, the modern way is the way to go. They came out with Black Ops, and the campaign was good. Gary Oldman was in it. I think he was in World at War as well, but he was fantastic. And it was Treyarch's first modern day Call of Duty, and I actually really liked it this time. And it must have been good, considering we'd just come off the back of the greatest Call of Duty so far, and it still kept me engaged and interested and everything like that. So, you know, it obviously was a really good game. And then Modern Warfare 3, the year later, came out, and again by Infinity Ward, and it was the first Call of Duty by Infinity Ward that had me the least hyped. I lost interest in the campaign before I was even halfway through it. I didn't like the multiplayer maps. It didn't make the same leaps that Call of Duty 2 did to Modern Warfare, and then what Modern Warfare did to Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 sort of felt like a step backwards. How were you going to top the greatest Call of Duty game of all time? I sort of expected that it would, considering the evolution that Infinity Ward had done. Every game was better than the last. So when Modern Warfare 3 wasn't that good, it was a bit of a disappointment. So that was my first sort of realisation. I thought, well, maybe they shouldn't have, maybe they should have gone in a different direction, or I don't know. But Modern Warfare 3 seemed like a natural evolution, considering Modern Warfare 2 had been so good, but it just wasn't. I don't know what was missing. It just wasn't right. It just didn't feel good at all. But anyway, Black Ops 2 was released in 2012, and again the campaign was a follow-on from Black Ops 1. It was terrible. It was a really bad campaign. And it was at that point I thought, I don't think I'm interested in campaigns anymore. And I think a lot of the community felt like that, because everyone just buys it for the multiplayer now, don't they? Anyway, the multiplayer was really good. The maps were fantastic. The guns were great. You could obviously again customise all of your weapons, your kill streaks, things like that. Absolutely fantastic. It was at that point as well that I thought that Treyarch had sort of come back from the dead, really, and were up there with Infinity Ward for making great games. And it was at that point I thought, well, now I can look forward to the Call of Duty every year instead of every 2 years. And then Infinity Ward came back with Call of Duty Ghosts. For me, this is where Infinity Ward lost their way a little. Campaign was bad. Multiplayer was broken with overpowered weapons and poor map design. I think the maps were just too small, and there was just too many ways that too many places you could hide in the maps, and too many guns that were just overpowered, and it just ruined the whole experience. The only thing I liked about Ghosts was gun game, and I must have prestiged 6 times just on gun game alone. This is where I think I'll get a lot of people disagreeing with me here, but when Sledgehammer Games came out and revealed Advanced Warfare, I actually quite liked the look of it. Now, what you've got to think is, at the point of Black Ops 2, people had been calling for more ideas, new innovations. They wanted something different. So Sledgehammer Games have come in and gone, I know, we'll give them boosting where you can jump really high and all this. So I actually really quite liked the look of it. I was excited that it was something new, it was something different. The maps were good. The boost jumping was just a nice change of pace. Campaign was average. I think after Modern Warfare 2, this is the game that I played online the most. It was about 3 months after the game came out when the community started to say that they wanted to go back to boots on the ground. You know, us gamers had called for new ideas, new innovations, and when we got it, which was in Advanced Warfare, we went, oh, actually no, we just have the boots on the ground bit, thanks. But of course it was too late. Black Ops 3 was revealed, and people lost their minds, but why not? The first 2 Black Ops games were good, so it seemed natural to go with the third game. This time though, not only was the boost jumping playing a part, we could now run along the walls. Stand by for Titanfall. The community was divided. Personally, I was open-minded, and I just wanted to try it for myself before judging it. But then I did play it, and I thought, yeah, I don't like this. And then I would put the game down and go back to it and think, actually, it's okay, this, yeah. and then I would hate it again, and then I would like it, and then I would hate it, and in the end I just did not like the game. And now it's 2016 and we have Infinite Warfare. It's here, it's out, it's available. We have Modern Warfare Remastered as well, which as an old school gamer was a fantastic announcement, and 100% there is no doubt they will remaster Modern Warfare 2 as well. Anyway, I got the legacy version of Infinite Warfare just because of Modern Warfare Remastered, and although it looks good, I just can't get back into it. Am I just getting old and I'm just bad at the games now? Probably. That can't be helping, but I would be interested to see how many copies of the Legacy Edition have been sold compared to the standard edition of Infinite Warfare. Now all three of the developers have done the whole boost jumping thing. Is that it? Is it over? Are we going to go back to boots on the ground? Are we going to go back to World War? How are they going to change the perception that Call of Duty has now got in 2016? How much warfare can you get after Infinite? I'm hoping no more. What I would like to see is them to go back to Modern Warfare 2 and have a look at what made that game great. What made the community go, this is the best first-person shooting game of all time? Are they complicating things with too many weapons now? Too many add-ons? Too many attachments? What is it they're doing wrong? Do they need to go back to basics, make it a bit simple? I don't know. Maybe that's the way to go. Anyway, that is my love-hate relationship with Call of Duty. I've been there since 2005. It's now 2016, 11 years I've been playing the game, and this is the lowest opinion I've ever had of the Call of Duty franchise. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble on about Call of Duty, my love-hate relationship with the game. I've been there since 2005, through thick and thin, played every single game, and I'm at a point now where I'm either going to walk away or I'm going to embrace whatever it is they come up with next and hope that it is a boots on the ground with good maps, good weapons, and good hit detection. We'll see where it goes from here.